Now, Young Thug, man, went out on a limb today and posted Gunna's music link. The problem is Young Thug can't do that. Young Thug does not have access to his Instagram. Y'all forget Gunna is trying to do what? Get up out of that deal. Gunna's searching for a new deal. He's technically signed somewhere else. Did y'all did we forget that? Gunna signs new deal. Gunna signed to Atlantic Records, bro. February 27th, 2023. He left YSL, bro. Watch this. This is where it gets real interesting. There was nothing said about Gunna not telling. All it did was show a link. That's it. Too many people took that and said, oh, he forgave him. How? How? Just curious. Gunna's still a rat. Gunna is still a rat. I don't care what nobody say. We heard what we heard. When you say, hey, bruh, yeah, we're all a gang. We're all a gang. Cool. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Watch this. Y'all see this right here? I'm sorry. Uh, hmm. That's right now. That right there. That's right now. It's 11:05 where I'm at. That would be today right now. Yeah, Young Thug ain't promoting that dude. That link was to Young Slime Life Records. That had nothing to do with the new Gunna who signed to Atlantic. Now, here's the funniest, most full of it part. And no disrespect to Almighty Suspect when I say this. I am not dissing. But dog, you're wrong. Almighty Suspect, you are wrong. In the words of T'Challa, you are wrong. Why are you wrong? Because if Young Thug said everybody take a deal, why didn't the man who has a murder charge take one? I need everybody to understand this part. If this was the case for everybody to just fold on Thug and Thug, like, you know what, man, it's all over. Why is it that there is a man who decided to, and not only him, there are four others who did not take the plea deal? If this was all some type of conspiracy for Young Thug just to say, you know what, man, I'm going to own up to what I did. Can I ask you, people, why didn't everybody else do it? There should have been nobody in that trial except Young Thug right now, at the exception of a few that they just not going to give that deal to. Briss ain't never getting out of jail. You can bank on that. So that's my thing. That's my thing. I need y'all logic to be thorough if you can. And like I said, this ain't no diss to Almighty Suspect, because I can easily just diss him. I diss people. But I'm trying to understand your logic when you say, wait on Young Thug. And he's not the only one to say that. He's just the only one that I responded to on Instagram. So I thought it'd be best that I turn around and I do that for him. Maybe he can respond to that. He won't, though. Because he can't. Because it doesn't make sense. Because if this was a thing that was thought out and planned, everybody would have did it. That link went directly to YSL Gunna, not Atlantic Records Gunna. Tasha Jasmine, what's going on? You see what I'm trying to get to? Do y'all understand this part right here? I think more than likely what they did was try to get people to mess with it as far as the music and all that stuff and everything. And then next thing you know, everybody's seen it. People like me looked and was like, what is this supposed to mean? And then we clicked on the link and then we said, oh, Young Slime Life Records. Wow. Well, Gunna's not a part of that. Gunna's not a part of Young Slime Life Records. According to him, he was a part of the street gang. Bro, that link been in his bio before he got locked up. I didn't see that. I'm gonna tell you right now, I definitely did not see that. And his bio, when I went on his IG, that definitely was not on there. So you just lied. You flat out lied, bro. We literally did it. We literally looked at Young Thug's what's the name, bro? Matter of fact, it's in a private stream. I could go ahead and show you, but you basically really just lied, my guy. True story. Because we had some little Illuminati conspiracy theorist dude jump on here and pull up that same profile. And you know what wasn't on there? Gunna's link. I clicked on the link. The link was straight up to YSL. And when I say YSL, I'm just talking about the group. Nice microphone. Bro, this microphone been here. And I had it for 2 weeks now, but all right, that's cool. Y'all just not noticing it. It's cool. Peter Griffin. Gunna told, bro. Gunna told, man. I know some people still want to hold to it and stuff like that and everything, but that man told. He wasn't the first one, though. So I'm not going to sit up here and dump trash where trash is not. Omega Drip exclusive, what's going on? But that man told. What part of the case and what part of a defense has you actively say that you basically committed one of the things that was in the RICO? You know, the RICO literally says what Young Thug is fighting on charge 56 is participation in a criminal street gang. With Gunna flat out saying that we're all involved in the criminal street gang. Is that not telling? That, bruh, I need I need some help here. I need some real help, like some mental help here, because I don't think people understand that part. We're looking and listening to a bunch of people who don't know how to read, or didn't listen to the audiobook, aka moi. I need you cats to understand one of Young Thug's charges literally is criminal participation in a street gang. When Gunna turned around and said out of his mouth that we are two entities, yes, one is a record label and the other is a street gang. What are you talking about? I don't understand how y'all get so loyal to the wrong. It's like you want to believe, and I get it. Because you slight weight might be fanned out. You might think, man, if I go ahead and I'm one of the first ones to disagree with the rest of the herd, then dang, bro, I'm going to be right. And then more people can listen to me. I understand that part. I get it. But when you have cold, hard evidence, when you have a person sitting there, yeah, man. When you have that man sitting there, I gotta ask the simplistic question. Why? Why? And then here's the funnier part. Duke is the only one who didn't say that. Duke is the one who said this ain't a criminal street gang. That's part of his deal. I looked at the paperwork, bro. Looked at his confession. I'm like Usher right now. These are my confessions. Yeah, absolutely. Almighty suspect and arrested anybody who thinks like Buddy. Saying, wait, I ain't waiting on nothing. I don't need to wait. I look at the charges. I look at what you said. When they say you are the second in command, you the number 2 guy. You can't throw water on me and tell me it's raining. I'm not sorry for that. I'm not one of those people who sat up here and thought to himself, you know what, man, there's a possibility that this man just got up out of there. I thought, honestly, I thought Gunna would have did what he was supposed to do. Take those charges. But he didn't do that. Because that's what Gunna was supposed to do. I don't care who say what or anything like that. Nobody cared about Gunna until Young Thug put a seal of approval on him. Period. You owe that man. Yes, Frank White, that's exactly why I'm upset. You're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you, Frank White. I appreciate you. That's what I don't understand about you cats. Can y'all be obvious, honest, fair, and square? No, you can't. No, you can't. Because at this point in time, bro, I'm fully convinced that these people either don't know what they're talking about, lied on what they seen, or just want to believe what they want to believe. Actually, Lowski, he actually was. And there's still some people from SPC that he run with, that he cool with. There is. I know about 2 of them. I know an OG about it. I know one of the originals, but that don't matter. I stand on what I stand on. I say what I say. I mean it because I poke my chest out when I say it. That man sat up there and told the basic truth of what it is that they wanted him to say. When I say basic truth, I mean whether it's a lie or not. Basically, they wanted him to say YSL is a criminal street gang. Young Thug only has 2 charges. And do you know, in the court of public opinion, in the court of what you just signed, you sat up there and proved one of the charges? Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna show y'all, because some of y'all are like, man, what are you talking about, man? Some of y'all are like, what are you talking about? Seti Nash, YSL, Rico, 88 page. Convicted of felony involved. All right, here we go. Y'all see that right there? A young Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, aka Slime. You see the counts 1 and 56. All right. Activity. Do y'all know what count 56 is? Oh, don't worry. Right here. Participation in a criminal street gang activity. OCGA 16-15-4, and I can't make out what that is. D. What did that lawyer, prosecutor, executioner say? She said out her mouth, is YSL a street gang, a criminal street gang? And the man's his thing was, yeah, man. That's telling. That man told. I don't care what anybody else says. It don't matter what anybody else said. That's telling. It will forever be telling. Every single day I see it is going to be telling. And I don't care what anybody say. I don't care if we cool. Homie, that's telling.
This day. To this day. To this day.
So what I want to understand is, your logic is based off of what? Wait until Young Thug says it. Let's say Young Thug turns around and gets probation. Do you realize Young Thug still can't say anything until he's done? Then he'll come out and say it. And on top of that, let's understand something, bro. Young Thug's not in the jail with everybody else. He's not. Young Thug is in Cobb, everybody else is in Fulton. Which, depending on traffic, can be anywhere from 20 minutes to dang near 2 hours. It's just Atlanta, y'all. Well, it wouldn't be that bad. I'm being being extra. Being facetious, I technically would be the word. So I want everybody who wants to record and make money off of Seti Nash or any of the blog sites and everything like this, I want to issue this out to all of you guys. Why do you want to believe what your ears and eyes showed you, but believe something differently? Is it because secretly in that spot you might do the same thing? Is it for secretly believing that in your heart of hearts you might have did something similar? That has to be the case because it couldn't be anything else. Let me give you an equivalent real quick. If somebody says, hey, you guys are a gang, and you get arrested for that, and you flat out your mouth come out and say, yeah, we all did it. But then there's a specificity that says, hey, not only are you guys a bunch of thieves, you guys are a criminal street gang. And you out your mouth say, yeah, not only are we thieves, we're a street gang. But then they say this, but you guys also run a legitimate business too. Yeah, we run a legitimate business too. Is that not snitching as well? Is that not snitching as well? Just curious. Because if that ain't, then cool. Then you can stand on that. But I think you cats who believe that Gunna ain't no tattletale and you want Young Thug to speak out. Young Thug cannot speak out from jail and say Gunna is anything because that's witness tampering, because Gunna is still technically a witness. The only thing he can plead the fifth to is self-incriminating things. Y'all got to remember, they even put a little pressure on Gunna by saying he basically was involved in the bang bang shoot 'em up gang, meaning he unalived somebody. Remember that part? Y'all remember them lawyers going back and forth and saying he's a member of the Shady Park Crips? Y'all remember that part? So while the lawyers are arguing, his lawyer came back and was like, he's not a member, even though Gunna is on there sagging in some Bugle Boys with the Aunt Jemima way of putting your bandana across your dome piece. Even though he doing that stuff, bro. Now, let's be fair. Has Gunna been in any trouble like this before? No. Are there individuals who will talk like they tough like Gunna and think that they can stand the rain? Yeah. There's. But when you are battle tested, I can tell from your battle wounds. When you are that person, you became that person through trials and tribulations and people talking about your triumphs, not just you. Other people had to see it. This is how legends are born. For all of you who grew up with dads and uncles and all that and everything like that, and you were into sports, it's the equivalent of them saying, man, this person was the best basketball player ever. And you go back and you watch it on film and you're like, bruh, they weighed about 115 pounds. and had zero athleticism. What are you talking about? And they swear up and down, and nah, man, this is the greatest basketball player you ever seen. And you like, nah, bruh, that ain't it. It gets even worse when it's football. But I digress. When you can admit to the whole entire world, essentially, that this person is a tattletale or truth teller. For the defense, he's a truth destroyer. But for the state, he's a truth seeker. When you can turn around and do that, bruh, why you just watching ad mid life? YouTube trying to entice me. I was about to quit. You weigh 700 pounds? Nah, I weigh about 600. Thank you. Appreciate that. But bro, when we looking at all this and everything like that, bro, I gotta admit to y'all. I gotta admit to y'all. It's sad. This YSL stuff. Hold on. This YSL stuff would have left over Lucci and them. That's Atlanta politics though. They'll just need to fall back. Obviously, they're trying to shelf, but for 100 years, he'll be lucky to get that fourth bond request. He'll get it, and if he don't, they can show bias on the behalf of the court system. Well, technically on the judge. If he doesn't get it, it's gonna be wild. That right there will literally tell y'all, hey, bro, hey man, they playing a different type of game, my guy. They playing a real different type of game. We just got knocked out 200 viewers. Y'all run the likes up real quick, man. Y'all run the likes up real quick. That mid roll, I guess that's what YouTube is doing. That mid roll just basically obliterated like 200 people. They like, I ain't listening to no commercial. I ain't even mad at you, thug. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, man. That link was to YSL Gunna, the music. It was not for the new Atlantic Records Gunna. On top of that, they already changed it. They already changed it, bro. That was just let's make some noise real quick. And people are eating it up. And for the person who said it was already there, let me ask you this question. If it was already there, why didn't people pick up on it once everybody started unfollowing Gunna? Why didn't other people pick up on that? I'm just curious. Since your intellect is so superior,